Hello everyone and welcome back to the Benchwarmers podcast. As usual, joined by my co-host Josh Sykes.
It's good to be back, Gav.
It is.
It's definitely been a while. We've had a few problems with editing and behind-the-scenes things, which is why there's not been an upload in the past few weeks. However, with there not being an upload, there has been announcements from the government, which means we can meet our friends.
Oh no.
We can meet our friends in private or in public, so we're here in our cameraman and editor's Jack's back garden. We are keeping social distancing. Me and Gabriel are 2 meters apart,
really
and
Jack
and Jack is a long way away. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
So so let's crack on with the Bundesliga. So last week's episode may not have gone up, but we did do some predictions.
Yeah, we did actually do the episode. It just never actually came out. So we've actually got everything that we did from that episode, if that makes sense.
So starting off with Freiburg against Mönchengladbach. Gab, your prediction was 2-0 to Mönchengladbach. Mine was 1-0 to Mönchengladbach. The actual result, any guesses?
2-0 Freiburg going out.
Yeah, it was 1-0 Freiburg.
Yeah.
Pleased to say Mönchengladbach, they weren't really on form. It was, I wouldn't say a shock result, but it definitely was disappointing on Mönchengladbach's front.
Yeah.
The next result, which this game I actually did watch, is Bayer Leverkusen against Bayern Munich. I predicted 2-0 Bayern Munich. You predicted 3-0 Bayern Munich. Any guesses what the score was?
Oh, it was 4-2 Bayern Munich.
It was, because you had a look.
Yeah, I did a look.
Yeah, it was 4-2. So Bayer Leverkusen went ahead just inside 10 minutes, I believe. And Bayern Munich just steamrolled back.
I mean, they were best in the league, aren't
they were incredible, considering they went behind so early on. They managed to turn the game around, and honestly, it was a spectacular performance from them.
Yeah, there's not a lot of teams in the Bundesliga that could go behind to Bayer Leverkusen so early on and actually turn it around as much as they did, to be fair.
No,
so.
but Bayer Leverkusen did not have Kai Havertz playing. He was out injured. However, there are rumours that apparently he was only out because he's already signed for Bayern Munich, and they have it in a contract that he cannot play against them. But that is a rumour. The official word is he is injured.
Yeah.
But a little on Kai Havertz a bit later on. So the next game was Frankfurt against Mainz. My prediction was 1-1. Yours was 0-0. I can safely say it was not a draw, it was 2-0 Mainz.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we are useless at predicting.
Yeah, the day we get one prediction right out of the actual about 8 games that there is, we're both going to be very happy about that.
I think we can safely say we're going to be a lot better when it comes to the Premier League and Championship. We know a lot more about that.
I don't even think we will, Betty, honestly.
I will. Hopefully I'll be a bit better. Gav, not so much.
No.
The next game is Dusseldorf against Hoffenheim. I predicted 1-0 Hoffenheim. You predicted 2-0 Hoffenheim. Any bets of what the score was?
1-0 Hoffenheim, I don't know.
No, that means I'd have got it right.
I think I'm honestly.
No, it was 2-2.
Who were they playing?
It was Dusseldorf Hoffenheim.
Ah.
Come on, Gab, you need to start listening.
Zoomed out.
So yeah, it was 2-2. Yeah, I wouldn't say a boring game, but it was a draw.
Yeah, a bit of a pointless game, if that makes sense. Neither of those teams are really fighting for it, to be honest.
They are.
Oh, Dusseldorf in the relegation. Are they in the relegation zone?
Yeah.
Apologies. No idea.
The Dusseldorf are fighting for something. Now, the next game was Leipzig against Paderborn. Now, Paderborn are rock bottom of the Bundesliga. Leipzig are fighting for Champions League. I predicted 4-0 Leipzig. You predicted 3-0 Leipzig. Did you see this score?
I have not. The only result I know is Bayern Munich versus Bayern Munich.
You have not seen this score?
No.
Okay, so if I tell you in the 34th minute, roughly, defender for Leipzig, is it Uncaptured?
Uprising, where it's
Yeah,
called.
that one. Their number 5 received a second yellow for kicking the ball away.
Time wasted?
No, he gave away a free kick. He booted the ball away. Referee gave him his second yellow and gave him his marching orders. So Leipzig were down to 10 men through the majority of the game. The actual score?
I know this is like leading towards who are they playing? Paderborn winning, but I feel like Leipzig still did come out of it.
They did.
Victory.
It was 1-1.
Really?
It was 1-1. Leipzig only equalised in something like the 91st minute.
Yeah, it's a really poor result for Leipzig, right?
Shocking result, but an amazing result for Paderborn.
Yeah.
Bottom of the league. If they could have held out for only a couple more minutes, they'd have got the 3 points against Leipzig.
Yeah, every point matters at that point, at that stage as well.
100%. The next game is Borussia Dortmund to Hertha Berlin. I predicted 3-1 Dortmund. You predicted 3-0 Dortmund. The actual score, it was a Dortmund win. It was just 1-0.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't tell you who scored because that means going onto my iPad and I know it's right next to me, but we've got stuff to do. I can just Dortmund won, got the 3 points. The happy days.
Yeah, it's probably always going to happen, really.
Yeah. Next game was Werder Bremen, Wolfsburg. We both predicted 2-0. The actual results, any guesses?
I just looked at this. Was it 1-1 or something like that?
Nah, it was 1-0 Wolfsburg. Then we've gone to Schalke. Union Berlin against Schalke. So obviously we had a little talk about this last week. David Wagner, his job potentially at risk. The fact that could Schalke just find a way to win? You said Schalke would win. I said Union Berlin would win. The actual result was 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, was it? You told me this last week. I'm guessing it's going to still count then. Schalke haven't won a game since the new year, is it?
They haven't.
No. So, but at the end of the day, Wagner is a good manager. We saw it at Huddersfield Town. He's got the ability, the potential to do even better at Schalke. He's a club legend there. So obviously the fans are likely to get behind him. It's just a matter of time, really, depending on how he can actually turn this around. He needs to get the players' confidence back up, and he needs to start getting points for the board.
100%. And the final game of the round of fixtures was Augsburg against Cologne. I predicted 0-0. You predicted 1-0 Augsburg. The actual result was 1-0.
What a game!
It was not brilliant to
It
say.
sounds fun.
To say the least. Hand the notebook over to Gabriel.
Thank you.
With the pen, and I'm going to quickly run you through the Bundesliga 2 results, and then we're going to get into some predictions. Nope, that is the home screen of my iPad. Here we go.
Remember, by the way, we did do these Bundesliga 2 results, but we're only going to be covering this week's results. I've just been the sort of weekend because we've got 3 weeks worth of results to get done. So.
Yeah. So, excuse if I pronounce any names wrong. I do apologise to our definitely many German
We
listeners.
have no German.
Bochum 2, St. Pauli 0. Greuther Fürth 1, Sandhausen 2. Oh, for God's sake. Arminia
Bielefeld.
Bielefeld.
Top of the
1.
league.
Thank you. Yes, I can see that. 1. Nuremberg 1. Jesus. Jan Regensburg 3. Darmstadt 98 0.
We've booked so many easily.
Wien Wiesbaden 2. Dynamo Dresden 3. That one I know is right. Stuttgart 0. Osnabrück 0. Hanover 2. Heidenheim 1.
Yeah.
Thank you. God, it's been a long day. Erzgebirge 1. Karlsruhe SC 0. Hamburg 3. Holstein Kiel 3. And yeah, that's the fix. So Dynamo Dresden is still bottom of Bundesliga 2. Armenian Bielefeld still top. Stuttgart in second, and Hamburg are in the playoff spot. Bundesliga 2 table, you've still got Bayern Munich are ahead by 7 points. Borussia Dortmund, RB Leipzig, Mönchengladbach, with Bayer Leverkusen and Wolfsburg occupying the other European spots. Paderborn are bottom still, with Werder Bremen second and Dusseldorf in that playoff position.
Yeah, I think in terms of the Bundesliga, it starts up pretty clear now. Bayern Munich can't be beaten, if that makes sense.
I think it's only something like 1 or 2 more games, and they'll end up winning the league. I think.
I mean, they're the favourites. They've been the best team all season. At the end of the day, they deserve it at this rate.
Yeah, definitely. So this week there is some cup fixtures in the Bundesliga. It is the German Cup. However, we're not going to be going on to those because
The DFB Pokal, I think that's what it's called. Something like that.
I don't even know which cup it is. Not going to lie, because it doesn't come up. Anyway, on to the Bundesliga fixtures. On Friday, Hoffenheim RB Leipzig. So Hoffenheim are in 7th, Leipzig are in 3rd. I would tell you the results, but Gab has them from the last week. I've just clicked off it. There we go. So I think I'm going to have to go with I'm not going to say comfortable, but I do think Leipzig will end up winning the game. Obviously, Timo Werner's playing. Links with potentially Chelsea have already bought him. More onto that later. Yeah. But no, I'm going to say Leipzig are going to win it, and I'm going to say it's going to be 2-0 Leipzig.
Yeah, I think was it last weekend Leipzig drew with bottom of the league Paderborn? Was that them? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think coming from that, they're going to be eager to come back into the game, get 3 points. They're going to be needing it. Like Josh said, they've got Timo Werner, they've got that Upamecano.
Well, no, he's now suspended, isn't he?
Oh wait, yeah, I was actually completely ignore that. But yeah, they've got Werner, they've got the ability. I'm going to go for 2-0 Leipzig. What did you say?
2-0.
2-0, yeah. Right. I'm not. We usually swap roles, and I don't usually do this, but
I'm trusting him because I don't trust him with my iPad. Not gonna lie. Right, on to Saturday. We have Cologne Union Berlin. So Union Berlin are down in 14th. Cologne. Jesus Christ! Why are they spelt differently? Oh my days!
It's either colon or actually Cologne.
Yeah, because obviously English way of spelling it is Cologne, but then there's Cologne. Anyway, they're 12.
Yeah.
So there is 3 points separating them. I'm gonna go with 0-0.
Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not too sure about either of these two teams. I'm going to go over 1-0 Cologne at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think Union Berlin, they've got a bit more to fight for. They're 4 points off being in the relegation playoff. Cologne are 7 points off, so I don't really see.
No, I think it's just a bit of one of those games where it's just get out of the way, if that makes sense.
Definitely. The next game is Dusseldorf Borussia Dortmund. I don't see this going one way. Dusseldorf are in the relegation playoffs. They're fighting for a lot, but at the end of the day, Borussia Dortmund are a much better side, and I can only see this going one way. A 3-0 Dortmund win.
Yeah, I've got to agree with Josh there. I mean, Dortmund, outstanding favourites, to be fair. I'm going to go 2-0 Dortmund.
Yeah.
I'm only not going as high as I did last week, for the fact that last week we said 3-0 and they only won 1-0, so
yeah,
we have to go a bit lower.
Next game is Hertha Berlin Frankfurt. Hertha Berlin are... Where are Hertha Berlin? Oh, there we are, 9th. And who the hell are they playing? Who did I say?
Hertha Berlin. No, Frankfurt.
Frankfurt are 11th. God, we are so organised. They're 11th. There's 3 points between them. They're 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the Cologne Union Berlin game. It's not a massive game, to be honest. I'm gonna go for 2-1 Frankfurt, honestly.
Yeah. Now this next game is probably the game of the weekend. It may not sound like it, but it's bottom of the league Paderborn against second bottom Werder Bremen.
Yeah, it's a big relegation cost. I think whoever loses here is probably going to go down.
Yeah. I mean, Paderborn are 5 points adrift of Werder Bremen. So Paderborn on 20 points, Werder Bremen are on 25. If Werder Bremen win and Dusseldorf lose, Werder Bremen will they? Let me check the goal difference. No, they won't, unless they win by 6 goals. But they'll be on the same points. So, honestly, if Paderborn win that game, then it's going to be close for the last 5 games or so.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I feel like Werder Bremen, the manager's going to be like, this is our game. Paderborn are admittedly the worst team in the league right now. Werder Bremen, if they get this win, survival, it's up for grabs. But Paderborn, I can't see them getting anything from this game. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Werder Bremen, honestly.
1-0 Werder Bremen. See, I'm not. Paderborn will have loads of confidence after joining Leipzig.
That's true, yeah.
I'm going to say it's going to be 2-0 Paderborn.
I think this game, it's the biggest game of the weekend. It's going to be one of the biggest games of the season so far. Also, along with that.
All of them saying 2-0 and they've only scored 33 goals this season. Oh well. The next game is Wolfsburg-Freiburg. Wolfsburg are 6th. Freiburg are 8th. There we go. Yeah. 4 points, thank you. 4 points difference. I'm going to say 1-0 Wolfsburg.
Yeah, again, it's one of those games. I feel like both these two teams are not really going to be getting into Europe, if that makes sense.
Wolfsburg are 6th.
Yeah, because there's just bigger teams than them right now, isn't it? I think it's going to be.
Well, no, I'm saying Wolfsburg is 6th. They're in the Europa League qualifiers.
Is 6th in Europe?
The Europa League qualifiers is 6th.
Okay, well, I'm just going to go 2-0 Wolfsburg then, to be honest.
I mean, there's no way Wolfsburg are going to get into 5th place for the automatic ones. They're 9 points adrift of Leverkusen. So yeah, what did I say as a result? Have I not given one?
1-0.
Okay, perfect. The next game is Bayern Munich Mönchengladbach. I'm gonna love how Gab spells Mönchengladbach. I'm gonna say just 3-1 Bayern Munich. I think Bayern Munich's defence can be a bit leaky at times, and I do see Mönchengladbach getting one. But at the same time, Bayern Munich will have way too much power for them.
Yeah, Bayern Munich best in the league. I'm going to have to go. I think they're going to steamroll Mönchengladbach here. I'm going to go for 4-0. I think it's going to be one of those games where they just run rampant and they're just going to come out easy victors here, I reckon.
In other news this weekend, La Liga's starting apparently. Didn't know that.
Is there any more games?
Yeah, there is. There's Sunday's games. Mainz Augsburg. So, Mainz are 15th, Augsburg are 13th. There is 1 point between. It's going to be 0-0.
Yeah,
it's going to be a really boring 0-0.
I don't think I could even name a single Mainz or Augsburg player off the top of my head. Cordoba maybe for Augsburg, but other than that, I simply...
We can't name players throughout half these teams in the league.
I don't know. I'm going to go... What did you say, sorry?
0-0.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a 1-1. I just think it's a bit of a nothing game, isn't it, really?
The last game is Schalke Leverkusen.
Yeah.
Can Schalke, who are now in 10th, finally get a win this year? No, they can't. Leverkusen are going to win it 2-0.
I'm actually going to agree. Yeah, I was going to say screw, but I'm going to agree. I think Schalke just haven't got confidence right now. Losing confidence in the manager, Wagner. Leverkusen only, well, they lost 40 to Bayern, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah. I think if they're going to be able to score 2 goals against a defence, which is Bayern's probably the best defence in the league. Schalke, who have been leaker recently, I'm going to go for a 3-0 Leverkusen on the end of the day.
So yeah, that is it for our Bundesliga predictions and things. We're now going to wait for Jack to get off his phone. And please leave what you think in the comments below, message us, whatever, of what you think, and then tell us how bad we are at predicting results, because we like getting hit.
We will. Right, moving on then from the German sort of football to the Premier League. Next up, we've got a bit on about Timo Werner being linked recently with a big money move, not only to Chelsea, but to Liverpool. But what were you telling me before about the whole
Saga.
Liverpool thing?
Yeah. So apparently, Chelsea have stolen Timo Werner from Liverpool. Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah.
So obviously the saga it's been going on for ages with Timo Werner going to Liverpool, and Liverpool wanting him the potential front four of Timo Werner, behind him Firmino on the left, Mane on the right, Salah.
It'd be lethal.
It would be lethal. However, this week it has emerged that apparently Chelsea have not only become front runners, but have potentially already signed Timo Werner from RB Leipzig for a reported €60 million.
Yeah.
Now people are saying that they've stolen him from Liverpool, but other people are saying that Liverpool just decided that they didn't want to go for him because they believe Adama Traore from Wolves will be the better fit.
Feels like a lot of Liverpool fans are going to be saying that.
Oh, it'd be wonderful. No, don't worry, we didn't steal him, we just want someone else.
Liverpool fans are the most salty fans you can ever come across. We just lost a lot of subscribers right there.
What do you mean, what subscribers?
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, obviously Liverpool are worried that either Sadio Mane or Mohamed Salah will be going to Real Madrid, Barcelona and a big team abroad this summer.
Yeah.
And therefore they want a replacement for him, and they believe Adama Traore will be the one fitting.
Yeah, listen, Mane's been heavily linked with a move to Real Madrid, which would be a good move for him at the end of the day. He's done pretty much everything he can at Liverpool. When he wins a title, he's won the Champions League, he's won a title. Might want to go conquer Spain next, you never know.
Yeah, definitely. So, Chelsea in recent days, as much as they've been linked with Timo Werner, they've also been linked with Kai Havertz. It seems they're doing a raid of Germany.
Yeah.
So, Kai Havertz is the Bayer Leverkusen, there we go, I forgot the name then, is the Bayer Leverkusen striker, central attacking midfielder, and he is wanted by Chelsea for a reported £70 million.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be quite good if he does go to Chelsea, but that link up, obviously Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, could do it for Germany, could they do it for Chelsea?
Yeah, I mean, he's young, he's got potential. Obviously, like you said before, in the Bundesliga sort of section, he's wanted by Bayern Munich as well, so he's one of the elite in the world. So at Chelsea, I think if he does link up with Werner, he links up with Pulisic, who they've already got, obviously, they could have big chance for the title potential next season.
100%. And the last Chelsea rumoured signing to make this an outstanding team is Ben Chilwell from Leicester.
Yeah.
For between 75 and 80 million pounds. So obviously Chelsea don't really have a good left back at the minute.
No, Max Fons are just in Chilwell level.
No.
At the end of the...
And obviously I'll get some stats up for Chilwell in a minute, but obviously that's 75 to 80 million. Manchester City also want him as replacement for Benjamin Mendy because Guardiola doesn't like Mendy anymore.
Yeah, it's always injury prone a bit.
Yeah. So before we go into some stats and things from those players, the potential Chelsea lineup next season is a 4-2-3-1, Kepa in goal, Chilwell at left back with Tomori and Kurt Zouma as centre back, James at right back.
Yeah.
Jorginho and Kante as the central midfielders, central defensive midfielders, On the left, Pulisic. On the right, Hakim Ziyech from Ajax, who is already confirmed Chelsea signing.
I think he'll be real good in the Premier League as well.
Massively so. He's far too good for Ajax. And plus, he can drop back into central midfield. He can go to striker. He can go to cam. He can drift.
His versatility is what makes him such a great player.
Perfect Hazard replacement.
He is at the end of it. He's not old. He's I think he's about 25 or 26.
He's young.
Yeah, he's youngish with hair. Moroccan. He's got bags of potential. I think we saw it in the Champions League what he did for Ajax just a few seasons ago. If he brings that to Chelsea, it's going to be great.
100%. And the final two players are obviously Kai Havertz playing the central attacking midfield role and Timo Werner up front.
Yeah.
So, on to Ben Chilwell. He starts for this season. He is the Premier League's number 2 ranking for passes to the left wing with 495. He has the 14th most touches in the league with 2,077. The 25th ranked in the league for possession winning the defensive third with 85 times. 34th in the league for crosses attempted with 85, and 42nd for assists with 3. Now that 3 assists obviously is nothing compared to the likes of Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah.
However, Chilwell is much more of a defensive fullback than both of those, as their heat map shows. The heat map does show that he plays most of his time in the defensive third as well as the midfield third.
Yeah, which it may be a bit of an insight into what I've completely forgotten who's Chelsea manager. Who's Chelsea manager?
Frank Lampard.
Oh yeah, Frank Lampard. It might be a bit of an insight into what Frank Lampard sort of wants to do at Chelsea. If he wants his fullbacks to stay back, I don't know how Reece James plays.
He's quite Reece James is very attacking.
Yeah, at Wigan, who were last season or season before, he were very attacking. He played more the right wing than the right back spot. I know that for a fact. So I think if maybe Lampard's planning on changing his sort of tactics, so James stays back and Chilwell stays back, allowing Hakim Ziyech and Pulisic to really have that freedom on the wing. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. It might be a bit of an insight into what's coming.
Yeah, so obviously then on to Kai Havertz. He's got 15 goals and 8 assists in 38 games in all competitions so far this season.
Yeah.
He's an exceptional player.
Yeah, in the Bundesliga as well, which is one of the most competitive leagues in the world.
Yeah, definitely. He's a really good player. And overall, so do we think with that potential lineup, Chelsea could challenge for the title next season?
I think if you look at Liverpool, so they've got who's it up front? Firmino. Who's their backup? Divock Origi. Yeah. And then you look at Chelsea, we've got so they do get Werner up front, and they've got Tammy Abraham as backup behind him, who obviously had a good first season in the Premier League for his age.
It's not first season. He played for Swansea a couple of seasons ago.
Oh, I did, didn't he?
But this is the first season he's had of top football in the Premier League at a team like Chelsea.
Yeah, and I think with him as backup and then Werner up front, I think the two of them together, they're never going to be suffering from injury problems or anything like that. They'll be fine.
Yeah. So I really do believe that Chelsea could win the title. They will have an exceptional team. They will be definitely on point. They could challenge Man City, they could challenge Liverpool, and overall I do believe they could win the title. Yeah,
I think it's going to come down to injuries within the day. I think you look at, like I said before, about Abraham saying Liverpool getting injured, obviously they've got a bit of a crisis on their hands. Whereas Chelsea, you got behind, who were they getting camp? Havertz, was it? Havertz? Yeah. Behind him, they've got Mason Mount, they've got Pulisic and Sykes in the wings, as well as Hudson-Odoi, for example. Depending on what happens if he's coming back to football, obviously, everything that's happened in recent weeks. I think at the end of the day, Chelsea have got the potential to be one of the best teams in the league. They might have dropped off these last 2 seasons. They won the league a few seasons ago, didn't they?
Yeah, about 3-4 years ago.
I think if they can get back to that sort of form, they've got the players, they've got the potential to get to it. They could be a real force to reckon with, not only in England but in Europe at the end of the day.
Definitely. I think that one of the main things is Tammy Abraham and Mason Mount. Frank Lampard brought them, he's kept them. Will they be disappointed?
I mean, yeah, he's giving a bit of a chance to youth, and by then, if they do get replaced by Havertz and by Werner, it might be a bit of a kick in the teeth for them, saying that they haven't done good enough, and then they could hurt their experience and their confidence.
But when they clearly have, they both got England caps now.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, you look at Chilwell, who's come in left back. He's not old, he's young. Probably England's starting left back at the end of the day.
100%.
Yeah. The fans will get behind him just because he's England's starting left back and because he's young, he's got potential. But then again, you look at Mount, you look at who else? Tammy Abraham? Yeah, Tammy Abraham. They're young, they're English. They have big futures ahead of them. Even if they do falter a bit at Chelsea now with these new signings coming in, could their future be in jeopardy and looking elsewhere?
Definitely.
Right, whilst we've been recording, there's actually been a bit of a vote going on in League 2 and League 1 regarding the future of the season. Of course, it's already been decided by League 2 that basically the season's going to be finishing now, there will not be no further fixtures. But however, it was undecided what's going to be going on with promotion, playoffs and relegation. But it has officially come out now. What's going to happen? Champions of League 2 will be Swindon Town, which is well deserved. I mean, had the best team in the league by far. However, never beat Bradford throughout the entire season, which is something I'm very proud of.
You shouldn't be.
Along with the Crewe Alexandra and Plymouth Argyle will also be going up in the playoffs. It'll be Cheltenham Town versus Northampton Town and Exeter City versus Colchester United. And then relegated looks like it's from Stevenage. So they just brought out a new kit the other day. Been doing a lot for the NHS at Stevenage, so it's really good to see. However, the fate was already decided. I mean, when they were like 15 points away from relegation, so they will be going down. The playoff final will be taking place on the 29th of June, which is a Monday night, which is a bit strange. But in my honest opinion, Josh doesn't really know much about League 2. He's more of a Championship, Premier League guy, and a League 1, League 2 guy, if that makes sense. In my opinion, from the playoffs, the team that we're going up will be, I'm going to have to go with Colchester United. I mean, Exeter, I think it's in the past 4 seasons, they've got to the playoff final 3 times, and they've lost every single time, which is really a shame. But yeah, I think Colchester's got about them to get provided at the end of the day. They've got the team. But yeah, that's what's happening in League 2. League 1 still yet to come to decision. There's a lot of options going on in terms of if they'll continue playing, which I think nobody really wants other than Sunderland. There's a Tranmere proposal, which is basically where Tranmere do stay up and the Southend and Bolton go down. And then only 2 teams go up from League 2, but that looks like that's not going to happen with the whole what's just happening in League 2. Yeah, that's right. And then there's the option which is just end it now like League 2 have done and just do the playoffs as, well, basically the exact same as League 2, which would mean Coventry have won the league, which would be good for Coventry.
Yeah, I think you've got to weigh up which is going to be more beneficial, not only for the clubs in terms of being able to finish the league, and obviously you've got to look at it from the financial point as well. If it's going to cost too much for the players, for the teams to be able to keep testing all the players, like I think it came out in recent weeks from Huddersfield owner Phil Hodgkinson that it was going to cost him £500,000 to be able to house all the players to keep testing them all and things, which lower league clubs they can't afford.
No, they can't. I mean, yeah, you look at League 1, you've got just Accrington, Stanley and Bolton, who right now aren't financially stable, to be completely honest. They probably won't be able to continue playing at this rate, or not get tested and continue playing. I do think the best option would be to do the same as League 2 and just cancel it. I've said that from the beginning, that Championship and Premier League should do that as well, because obviously lives are in the balance at the end of the day, and they need to be thinking about the bigger picture.
Yes, but the Premier League and Championship have decided not to do that. They're playing on. So we'll work our way up the league now, and we are on to the Championship. So, as part of a new and innovative arrangement between the English Football League and Sky Sports, it will see the broadcaster show 45 live Championship games, and season ticket holders at all Sky Bet Championship clubs will be given unprecedented access to watch the conclusion of the 2019-20 season online on the iFollow apps.
Yeah.
So basically what that means is each, let me just read this, access to the games will be determined by the club where they're supposed to hold the season ticket. Access may be in... Yeah, I have no idea what that word says, so I'm going to forget about the rest of that. Basically, if you have a season card at a Championship club, you're going to be given a code. That code is going to allow you access to the iFollow app in order to follow your team home and away for the remainder of the season, which is to kick off on the 20th of June.
Is that when the Championship season restarts?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the times are going to be on a Friday it will be a 6 PM and 8 PM kickoff. On a Saturday it will be 12:30, 3:30 and 5:30 kickoff. On a Saturday 12 PM kickoffs.
Yeah.
A midweek it will be 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock. That is on the Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Tuesday game kick off at 5 o'clock.
No, I mean fitness is really going to go out the window, isn't it? At the end of the day.
I mean, they should be bloody fit. They've had 10 weeks off.
I mean, it was weird to stay fit. We've really thought a bit of timber since then.
We're not professional athletes. Right, so yes, obviously that's the Championship. The Premier League will be returning in a...
Is it restart tonight?
No, it's next week.
Oh, so I have to look at your watch.
Because I had to see what day it was.
But actually, quickly before you go on Premier League, on the Championship sort of thing, Queen's Park Rangers Director of Football, Les Ferdinand, we covered this last week, so apologies if I'm a bit wrong, because I'm just going off the top of my head here.
Also, if you tried to find last week's podcast, don't bother.
Yeah, it didn't come out. Les Ferdinand has actually come out and he's called out the EFL really because they've been really unprofessional how they've dealt with this. They've not really been good at communicating with the Championship clubs. Just message saying restart training now on this day and then restart the games instead. Not giving them enough time to really get back to playing, if that makes sense. So yeah, QPR director Les Fernandez called out the EFL. I'm not very happy about it. A lot of teams are also doing the same. Not happy. Leeds, I think, were one actually that said they weren't very happy with the season. I'm pretty sure they
say no, they'll bloody bottle it.
Yeah, they just want the season to end now so they can actually get promoted finally. But yeah, move on to Premier League.
Right, so on the 17th of June, the Premier League will be returning with Manchester City, Arsenal, and Sheffield United, Aston Villa. That is to round the fixtures up to, I think, make sure everyone's on the 30-game mark, I believe, before the proper season kicks off on the 20th, the same as the Championship.
Yeah.
Kick-off time for the Premier League will vary slightly. So on Saturdays, it'll be 12:30, 3 o'clock, 5:30, and 7:45. On a Sunday, it'll be 2 o'clock, 4:15, and 7 o'clock. With midweek 6 and 8:15.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I need that for really. But the EFL and the FA have said teams can resume games at the minute. They are taking part in friendlies between themselves and against other teams. I believe Huddersfield played Sheffield United the other day. Don't ask me what the score was because I don't know because they didn't release it.
I didn't know that's fair.
Yeah. So what is happening is players are being told they have to get changed at home, arrive at the game in their kit.
It's like very Sunday league.
It's like being back at youth football.
Yeah, it is.
And then obviously they play the game, and then they leave the game, they can't shower, they have to do everything at home. But it is only going to be happening this week that referees and match officials are going to start being tested for COVID-19, which means there's some biased refereeing. It is really taking back the Sunday League with managers, coaches, medics all taking the brains of the referees and match officials.
If they were to drop down to that level to make sure football restarts, then also in the Championship this is a lot of teams are also starting to extend loan deals. I've seen Hull City confirm Matthew Pennington and Herbie Kane will be continuing their stay at the club just until the end of the season from Liverpool and Everton, I think it is, respectively.
And Liverpool today have announced that Adam Lallana, they are extending his contract until the end of the season.
Yes.
Thank you for finishing that off.
So a lot of teams have started to face the reality, keep these players on and just until the end of the season. However, a lot of teams are also starting to release their return list, releasing players. So yeah, it really shows which teams are going to be actually playing. I mean, Hull, Liverpool extending deals with players until the end of the season. There's League 1 and League 2 teams by releasing return lists. Which
I mean, you can imagine if it's just Hull and obviously Liverpool, so every other team will do it. So
yeah.
Huddersfield should be extending the loan deal of Willock and Smith Rowe.
Yeah,
you should have
yeah.
Leeds will be extending the loan deal of Ben White. Who will definitely be. He should leave Leeds at the end of the season, but that's a debate for another time.
Yeah.
But no, so obviously the season is coming up, and when the season does kickstart and the week before, we will be giving our predictions for what the season. Well, not so much for what the season entails, but more for the results, and we will work our way into when hopefully the Champions League, Europa League return, and give our predictions for the final standings of the Premier League and the Championship.
Yeah, we're hopefully going to be moving away from Bundesliga pretty soon because we have absolutely no idea about Bundesliga. Move on to the Premier League and Championship where
we're back on home ground.
Yeah, we're slightly more equipped if that makes sense because right now we're not 100% certain to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know if your team's coming back to play more football and if you'll be tuning in to watch it on the iPhone. Because I know quite a few people who are Championship fans have said probably not hearing about this, but they're not going to be doing it because they think it shouldn't be happening at all.
I will be. I'll be watching.
Yeah, I think I might get some iPhone for some of these teams. To be fair.
It's only a tenner a game.
Is that a decent offer to be fair? But yeah. That didn't go to plan.
Jesus Christ.
But yes, that's going to bring this week's episode of the Benchwarmers podcast to a close. As usual, let's thank my co-host Josh for joining us.
Yeah, it's been good to be back. It does. Well, yeah, it's good to be back. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, apologies about the 2-week delay. Also, thank you to our cameraman and editor Jack.
Sorry, boys.
We'll leave a link to all his music stuff in his YouTube channel in the description because we're very thankful for what he does. But yeah, remember to like and subscribe for next week's podcast. We'll be getting back to the usual now. Yeah, stay safe.